really try to just be a positive, exciting person because I feel like I want to do that with whatever I'm doing, as a mom, as a wife, as a voiceover artist, as a vocal coach. You got to find things that just lift you up. And I love being able to inspire people. I love telling stories. And if they hear a little story and they're a little bit happier or it puts a little pep in their step for the day, I feel like that's my mission then. That's my work. I really didn't think that I'd be a voice actor. I mean, in my head as a kid, I was like, I want to be the voice of Ariel because that would be so fun. I'm just your typical girl next door, mom of two. I needed to find something where I could just make my own hours, have fun, and this was so much fun to land into voice acting. And my kids think it's pretty cool, so I guess that's fun too. It was really fun right from the get-go. To be honest, I really had fun with the auditioning process because I was like, I've always loved to read to my kids and put on fun voices. I was always, patted myself on the back as the best storyteller. But to be honest, in the very beginning, I was putting on a really weird sound. I thought that I had to be this, newscaster voice. My husband would be down here with me sometimes and listening and critiquing, and he would say, "Why are you talking like that?" So the first job that I got, I really think it was because of him, because it was for a PetSmart ad, and I just read it, and he said, "You're so much more fun than that. Read it with put Rachael into it." But it was really fun, and it just kind of snowballed, and then consistently I was getting work every month. I'm passionate about voiceover work because I love telling stories. I try and use my acting skills from high school and college. And really just getting into the role of the characters, and just every day is a new adventure. And I think sometimes in the very beginning, like I said, I would put on this weird reporter voice and be so serious. And I was more focused on me rather than the story. And it really is about the story. One of my favorite projects was for a children's book, and it's called 100 Billion Trillion Stars. It talks about how many things there are in our world, in our universe, and 100 billion trillion stars. And at the very end, it says, but there's only one of you. And so I actually bought the book for my son, and I went in to read it to his kindergarten class, and he was like, "My mom did the voiceover for that. You need to look it up on YouTube." He's the best little PR agent ever. And to see his face and be so proud of me, I was like, you know what? I'm a happy camper. I love anytime I can do character voices. Even as a kid, I would just break into some weird accent. Like my friends would be like, "Rachael, what are you doing?" And then I'd be like, "Well, I don't know. I just want to have fun." And I would always be the weird girl going into all these different accents. So I recently booked a job for a company called Horizons. And what they do is they basically take textbooks. So I'm basically the teacher reading them their story for the day. So that's been really fun because in the midst of a lesson, I'll break into some, I don't know, I'm Wile E. Coyote kind of thing and just tell the story from this kind of perspective. And it's been really fun because it's something different all the time. And normally the client's like, "Okay, what's Rachael gonna be today? What kind of accent is she gonna drag out today?" Another really fun project that we as a family got through voices.com was an app, and my son got it. And it's so sweet. It's basically like Snapchat for toddlers, and he's singing nursery rhymes on it, and it's just the sweetest little thing. So now we have this time capsule of his little voice, and I'm just going to torture him until he's a teenager with it. Number one, you need a good microphone. Aww. Luckily, my husband buys microphones like I buy shoes, so we just happen to have some microphones laying around. Do some research. Actually, voices.com has an unbelievable resources guide that has all different ideas for microphones if you have no idea what to do. Number two, this may sound a little bit unconventional. I think it's really important to have a good accountant. If you're working from home, there are so many tax benefits and tax advantages that you can take as a voiceover artist, or really anyone working from home. And there were major things that I was missing and leaving money on the table. Who wants to do that? Another tip I would say for somebody who's just getting into voiceover, it's a numbers game. So don't be hard on yourself. Just because you're knocked down once or twice or 100 times, you got to get back up. If it's something you want, you just got to keep going. I make it a goal to audition for at least 100 jobs a month. There are other companies out there, but they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes clients don't always pay you on time, and that's a real bummer if you have to be chasing down your client. And on a couple of cases, voices.com really had my back, where I had messaged clients and they weren't getting back to me. And luckily, Voices could see that through the message thread, and they just released the funds to me because the work had been done. And I would never know where to find my clients. I mean, I've gotten some really great connections and big names that I would never know how to get in touch with those clients. I really feel like I can live my best life because of the infrastructure that's in place. They have everything right there for the taking. Now it's just up to us to say, yeah, I can do that. And really, just to voices.com, thank you, because this has been such a fun ride.